I had to leave a 5-bedroom house, which I will lose now because I'm not going to pay for it. My car behind, my dogs behind, my mother behind. I didn't come here for fun, but my children are safe. If you're white, you're wrong in South Africa. You're a land thief, you are a racist. I had nothing to do with apartheid. Nothing, nothing, nothing. All of us that is there, we know we're going to start here from the bottom because we are the new people here. We're going to start from the bottom, 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 bottom.
You can't make this shit up. Anybody know who this is? His name is Charl Kleinhaus. He happens to be one of the first South Africans to arrive to the U.S., courtesy of Donald Trump and your tax dollar. Why is he one of the ones that stick out the most? Because while the narrative is they were in fear of their lives and facing poverty in their homeland of South Africa, he's one of the ones that got here and now revealing the truth. Or at least the truth is revealing him. Because Mr. Kleinhaus wasn't facing poverty or struggle or fear of his life. Mr. Kleinhaus is co-owner of his own mining company in South Africa. Mr. Kleinhaus is leaving a 5-bedroom mansion. Home in South Africa. 5-bedroom home in South Africa. Where he says he left his home, his job, his cars, his dogs, and even his mother. Just grabbed his kids and left. So basically, he ran away from his responsibilities, like mortgage and bills. But most importantly, Mr. Kleinhaus is a white supremacist. Oh yeah, and once again, his love for Trump. Anybody ever notice how those two seem to go hand in hand with the one president of the history of the United States, Donald Trump? No other president has ever had this white supremacist groups come fully and completely backing and supporting him. And he welcomes them. So there you have it, MAGA. And still, cricket sounds from you. The more and more all Donald Trump embarrasses and brings shame to this country and you, the more you either show support of what he did by making excuses or cricket sounds. So not only has Mr. Kleinhaus fully admitted that the murder rate of white farmers in South Africa is low, like non-existent, meaning that whole story that they're telling that, oh, Lord, we're afraid of our lives, is horseshit. But the reasons why they are trying to get here to America so soon is because of the end of apartheid, meaning that their land is now up for grabs because it's land that they stole from Afrikaners. Now the land becomes worthless. You get it? They're all trying to flee Africa because they think their land will become, there goes the neighborhood. Now our property value is going to drop. Yeah.
This Afrikaner refugee had a 5-bedroom house and a mining company in South Africa. You know, the way refugees have. He had to leave behind his car, his dogs, and even his mother. You know, the way that families that are in terrible danger and have to flee usually leave behind their mother. He's also a bigot, at the very least an anti-Semite and an Islamophobe. In his defense, he says that he was standing up for his religion and he was also on very heavy medication at the time, specifically morphine. And I'm sure we all know that when somebody takes morphine, they suddenly become a hateful bigot. This is well documented. And he says that the land expropriation in South Africa has gone too far. Your land becomes worthless. I can't wait for him to find out that America has basically the same expropriation laws as South Africa, they just call it something else. And the silliest part of all, you might be amused to know that this man, who walked away from a quality of life, a standard of life, higher than the vast majority of South Africans could ever dream of having, a 5-bedroom house. His surname is Kleinhaus.
The Africans, refugees in America, are already complaining that they're tired of speaking English all the time. They're already tired of speaking English all the time. So, and actually Donald Trump is really irritated by the fact that he has given them refuge and now they are complaining that they don't actually like to speak English. They want to be speaking Afrikaans. Are they having trouble with integration? Is this what the problem is? They're in a country of white majority and they're not happy. They are not happy about integration. Oh, goodness me. I mean, this, nobody could have written anything better than this. This is like, I mean, like, for all the creators, and I'm a writer, there's no way anybody could come up with such a plot. This is, my goodness, the best plot ever.
You don't like it here? You don't want to speak the language? You got to speak the language if you want to be here. Don't make no sense. You come over here and you get all these freedoms and liberties and everything, and then you don't want to speak the language. Speak the language. If you don't like it, you can go back where you came from. Where are those posts? Where are those posts? Oh, or is it just for brown people? Okay.
Many are asking, if South Africa is that bad and dangerous, why would you leave your mom behind? Because people usually consider mothers as vulnerable in these sort of situations. So why would you leave your mom and flee to the United States? What I missed in that whole conversation was the land he lost, because this whole idea of they seeking refuge in the United States is the fact that the South African government introduced a law that actually takes land from them. So they are farmers, they've got many hectares of land, and the South African government has passed this law where their lands are being taken from them. He mentioned his house, his dogs, and his mom, but he didn't mention the land. That is what I'm missing in the whole interview, the land. Because farmers, the number one thing they hold dear, is the land. And so if this land has been taken from you, you didn't mention how many acres. You didn't mention when it was taken from you. You didn't mention in whose name the land has been transferred and things like that. I really missed that point.
You see, it's white people like this that give other white South Africans a really cock name. I'll be tortured if I'm sent back home because I'm white, says South African woman who stole 9 million from US government. No, you're an absolute cretin for stealing from people. Come back to South Africa and nobody is going to torture you. You're just going to be an embarrassment for white people and South Africans in this country for shaming us overseas, for defrauding the government and stealing money from people. Shame on you for being such a terrible human being. Stop using your skin color as an excuse to come back to a country where the people are going to criticize you for giving us a cock name overseas. It's as simple as that.
To the 50 Afrikaners who fled to the US, calling themselves refugees. You are not refugees. You are just a case study of white flight dressed up as martyrdom. You're not escaping violence. You're escaping equality. South Africa didn't chase you away. You ran.